Hi, good day. I'm from Crypto Warlord, and today we will be double checking our mean returns and what happened overnight. So, where we were in our last stream is we were down here in this region actually, and we led off with saying that by the end of the video it will be either outside of this area or this area. So then for about and then we said until daily open we would like to see it somewhere in this region, like an hour or an hour after daily print. And that's pretty much where we were at 1:30 for me. There's a big dump coming in. We can maybe pull it up like that. So this is where we came in for mean reversion on the weekly and the daily. And I said if we hold this structure, we'll more than likely go print for a new daily print, which happened pretty much 30 minutes after this. We printed the daily print to the upside, and as is, it's like a magnet. So we got pulled into this region, and then we came in, we hit our mean. A lot of volatility started to pick up. What's this? This is about 30 minutes worth of price action to the downside, so we would have been looking at 90 minutes and stuff like this to see if there's going to be continuation through. Hit our daily mean, printed, closed above our daily mean, and then we saw continuation to the upside. That's our first daily band, that's our second daily band. This is our this is our second weekly band with our third daily band. So that's what's kept price action to the top side for the moment. And I'm glad that I started this now, because when we did start we were above the JMA and below the JMA. So this will show like as you can see here, there'll be a lot more following ups, because the general trade is for just lower term time frames to know that I'm not on the wrong side of the trade, is I'll wait for 2 candle closes above my JMA look back period that I have set up here, and then I'll use a whole bunch of my other indicators and my levels to know that the pullback will have continuation. So I like to fill up on a JMA line, and for example this was that pullback and it broke through the JMA. So now we can drop it down to maybe, I need to put in some multi-term time frames here. These are like intraday levels, just to see what it's hit, to see what it's come from. So it's been in this region, it'll be about 1 cent out. Yeah, that's chilled for intraday. This guy's just getting in before. So what I did observe is, given that we did have a lot of volatility come through the book and we didn't print or hit anything really significant to the upside here, with all the volatility coming through the book, for us not to have gone up an extra 0.34%, considering this candle is a couple percent, or nearly about a couple percent, so 1.5%, you could say 1.4% to the upside, and we didn't come and we didn't smoke this level. And then when it did revert back to the downside to go look for safety, at least at its daily mean, yes, we came into an intraday level, but we dropped quite a lot. So this tells me that there's at least going to be a revisit sometime in the future. We're going to be coming back into this level at least to see if there's still more buyers, and if the panic sellers come in, it can be bought up here again, and if there's more panic sellers, it can be bought up here again. Okay, so these will be three big levels to look for the downside for continuation. And you might, if you get below here and you have 2 candle closes, expect maybe a wick to the weekly mean, where we've pretty much been basing all our price action. But furthermore, in 12 hours and 30 minutes we're going to be printing a new weekly mean. So what that technically means is, given that volatility has been to the upside, majority of this this weekly mean has been to the upside, and if it was to print and hold in this region, let's just say, we'll have a weekly mean that prints above where we are. So to expect it not to pull back and come in and touch one of these weekly means, that would be silly. I'd say it would be silly, because over here I'm saying this is a front run, so I'm thinking that the weekly mean will be printing somewhere in this region. So I'll be able to figure out if price action is up here, the weekly mean can be here. If price action drags all the way through, you might see a weekly mean print in this region, maybe down here, and that's more than likely where you'll come back for this pullback. Okay, so what we have here, let's go throw it up and see what's happening on our indicators just on the 15-minute. Just need to change it all up, double click. So we've had there's a denied mean reversion point, and then not being allowed to return above a higher term time frame return oscillator level, and then that's where it got denied from, just on return oscillator level. And this, using our AMP, what we can see here is we have some mean reversion to the downside coming from VRE levels. So that's like a trend indicator for me. There's confluence up here with your super scalper first, then continuation to the downside. That was the backfall to the upside. And now we're trending a bit to the downside here because entropy is in its bands. To trend, you'll wait for this dump to stop flashing blue. I would prefer it to maybe stop flashing blue when it touches this red line, which is just a couple pennies away. Contraction. Ooh, we're getting so much smooth volatility waves through the market this morning. Okay, mean reversion to the downside, that's on the 15-minute. Let's go maybe see what the 5-minute can do, given that there's quite a lot of price action happening at the moment. So price action is mean reverting to the downside on a return oscillator, hit its outlier. So our trend can look to stop, so we might drag around in this region. This though says that maybe two columns printing red. We'll look for more continuation to the downside. More continuation to the downside could be met at this target over here. If that prints like 3 red columns and this starts to hit significant negative correlation. But until now, we'll just watch it come in, hit this level. So this is our 5-minute, our 15 minutes also going down. We'll go look at our 1 minute, see what our 1 minute is doing. So our 1 minute is coming back from its return outlier. We're very close. So we're 1 penny out. Personally, I like for price action to maybe in the next candle print, touch this level, and then look for continuation. If they front run this too much, too high, too quick, return oscillator doesn't have any steam to break through these next few candles. So we have Shannon Entropy increasing, we have our blue flash over, we wait for the candle to end. Entropy has decreased out of trend, so we'll wait for maybe a little bit of a pullback. Let's throw up our JMA, UMP, and our first initial look for continuation will be a candle like this and another one to close above the JMA. So as the JMA moves in this region, we will look for reversion to the upside at least. Otherwise, if it usually closes below here, then you can look for continuation to the downside. As when the JMA crosses one of these VRE levels, something can happen. Sometimes it's very accurate and they can touch the JMAs. Okay, so this is your first orders coming through the book. It's looking for expansion to the upside. What's up, 5 minutes speaking? We've come 1 penny in, so that's 5 minutes still saying more to the downside. That says it can more continue expanding. We have hitting an outlier. If this carries on contracting, it will push us through this level. So the 1 minute is what we have to look for, the whip around that can start to screw a lot of people and start buying in. Okay, so 1 minute does want to whip around, but I think we'll wait for a mean reversion point. I got hair in here. Wait for this one to print through the mean, and then I reckon we can maybe push for price action up here. But until then, this can still go down. So this is us just returning. Now we've come through higher term time frame. We broke through down here on the 1 minute. So that's 1 minute. The first 1 minute over here, breaking through. Then this is the second candle pushing for a higher term time frame and return oscillator line broken through. They broke through at the same time. It's hit its outlier, so this can lose steam now. That's why I would have liked for it to at least come in and touch this level. Okay, so this is on the 5 minute. Let's go see what our 45 minutes doing. Our 15 minute, 5 minute, 45 minutes says more down. So as we said, more down is this region here, which is where I think our weekly mean will also be printing. Contraction, positively correlated. So it still has more drag to happen through. Even though the 1 minute did mean revert like that, we could monitor that it was losing steam. 90 minute is first super scalper. That's how powerful a super scalper is, pretty much on the 1 minute, right? So this is a 90 minute, maybe also in the same sense that we lost steam on the 1 minute to the upside. This is the 90 minute overreacting, you could say. So the 90 minute could look for a floor, but we'll look for continuation, at least if this one prints red, for the next one. clouds going down. We've hit a random point. We know it's not random. It's coming into a VRE level. We've had our red flashes start to end, so we can also start to see some more drag to the downside. Let's see if there's in 3 hours. So 3 hour also looking for a mean reversion point. So what I would say is this 3 hour, when does it close? In 15 minutes. If this next candle closes below this red line, you'll see that the 3 hour mean reversion wanna push more to the daily mean, so wanna go bearish. This is contraction, significantly positively correlated. That's helping with this selling pressure that's coming through the books at the moment up here. So it looks like the higher term time frames are looking to turn around. We have a 6 hour time frame that was actually confused yesterday. Now we look like we're expanding to the downside, given we did hit daily 3 and weekly 2 VRE levels. Hopefully that's, I actually need to lift that a bit. So so we hit our daily VRE levels, and this is your test. So for your 6 hour to look to mean revert to the upside and have this hit an outlier, you'd want this 6 hour candle to close maybe above this level. So there's going to be a lot of signal processing today. As I said, treated like Monday. We've had a huge amount of volatility in the books, and I think we're only halfway through what the next 12 hour will have to print. So we'll go 12 hour next. Oh, come on. 12 hours mean reverted to the upside. We've got some bullish div. That is what's lifted us up from our mean, which we targeted earlier. We're in trend, so this is saying to the upside. This is saying to the upside. So there's a lot of positive drift, and this will close in 15 minutes. And XRP is going bang. XRP is going bang. So we're going to shuffle up to 24 hours. 24 hours said that it was going up last night. Currently, it's going down. So if it is, this is very, very confusing for it. So this is what it's wanting to find. So we're at 24 hour, actually 24 minutes. That's 24 minute level that we can look on. Yeah, so yesterday we said that the 24 hour was going up, and that matches what we're seeing here. Negative correlation to the downside, whilst that's positive float. When Pearson correlation comes through here, we're going to see some sideways action. Sideways action could be verified by 3849 VRE level, in which we're at the 1 minute. Let's go here. We've heard some orders come through the book. Have we broken through the VRE level? No, we came back. That's, so there's your, here's where we zoomed in previously. We said that this can start to lose steam, because look, we're already at our outliers, right? Contraction, so there's some positive drift. I will be buying these up. If this mean reverts to the upside, this will have some more continuation. Not anymore. That's the fine to get the JMA. There you go. Cool, you guys can see that. There's the fine to get the JMA. Where did it end off? We had the 12 hour, we had the 20, then we had for 3 days. So the 5 days is what's going to be doing a whole bunch of good stuff. Okay, let's turn these targets off. So 5 day, let me turn the VRE levels off. So 5 day, we have some 2 JMAs crossing. So to expect where this JMA is currently, it will move as this price action moves. But in this region, 3756 for a wick to the downside. For if you throw up a distribution, have we got all the flashes? We don't have all the flashes yet. Let me just make this big screen so you can see. We don't have all the flashes yet. So when we have this one to flash, we're going to throw up a distribution cone in here, and then we're going to get months worth of projection out of the market. So it's green coming through this power mean, alpha power mean to the downside. That's on the 3 day. Shannon Entropy is actually wanting to say it's, so the first one's over, so this is sideways on the 3 day. So there might not be much legs on the 3 day, and that was printed now. With our 5 day, that also printed. So 5 day returns are still, well, they're positive, but they're negative sloping. Contraction, this is so good. So the XRP is going bang. I would say on the next 5 day print, we're gonna see, what happened here? On the next 5 day print, we're gonna see a, oh my word, my Shannon's gone. Let me do this. On the next 5 day print, what we're gonna see is a bunch of volatility kick in. So if this one literally holds here, this candle, this column keeps green, the next print, when it goes red, this is so easy to get to mean reversion, and that mean reversion, when it goes red, now we have a wave of volatility. This is the next wave of volatility to push us maybe up into 53. Well, this each new print, this will get lower and lower. So it can push us up into these regions quite easily, and that's what's going to do the return oscillator around. That's what's going to help this thing mean revert to the upside. Returns can get bigger to the upside. We have a trend that's very, very far, very, very close away, and it's one candle 5-day print away. Okay, so this trend can look for continuation in 4 days and 13 hours. Okay, at least as early entry to the upside. Returns to the upside, if this goes to the upside, for now it's 35%. Right, I'm hoping that we get a distribution cone on the 5 days VRE levels that we just showed here, so that I can throw up a distribution cone somewhere in here, and then I'll be able to nail down better areas and catch intraday waves of volatility and set them up. So that's what we're looking for. We have contraction, and as soon as this column goes red, we're kicking it. So right now we're in the bang, and this is all the shrapnel that's happening for these oscillators to start figuring out what's happening. But at the moment, from what I can see, is in 19th of August, this is mean reverting, and this has gone red. And the next general moves from the 20th of August to the 30th of August, if I'm thinking if this doesn't turn around, the next move from the 20th of August to the 30th of August is up. Right, so this is crypto, can do a whole bunch of stuff. We have a weekly mean that's still somewhere down here, and we'll go back to our 5 or 15 minutes, see what's happening, and see if we can not validate. We've already validated these levels to the downside. We've hit one of our VRE means. So I'll leave off with saying this is our daily mean. I'll open it up. This is our daily mean for us not to get there, considering we've done quite a lot of range to the upside as a safety mechanism. We also have a point for the higher term time frames to confirm. If we come in and we bounce, as we did here, we come in and we bounce, then that can look for continuation to the upside. But for now, this could be your daily range. If it picks up off of here, you have a lot to the upside, 1.76% to the upside. And for my current observation, for safety, looking for a daily, looking for this day to close, maybe somewhere in this region, and then we go in immediately, go for the target of our weekly mean, which I think will be printed somewhere here. So I'm going to put here as our new weekly mean, and that's where we'll be within an hour, 30 minutes before or 30 minutes after the new daily mean prints. Our weekly mean is where price action will go. So even if it's to the upside, I believe it'll be strong enough to pull it back to the downside, and vice versa. If it's to the downside, there's a few good bases here to base off of and then bounce back up. So I hope you guys have a good one further. This is a very long Sunday stream. Ciao, Bella.